Hey everybody, and it's just jumping on here. I have not been live on any of my social medias for quite a while, actually. I have my show on pause right now just because I am in the working on a master's thesis right now, and honestly, other than a few other things, that's been taking up a lot of my time. And as most of you know, I've started up a new job that I started back in November, and so had a lot going on, and so I haven't been able to put up as many lives or as many things other than I'm putting up short TikToks here and there to keep some content going. So, with that being said, I wanted to kind of talk about some of the things that I have planned going and that I'm working on with other people. I'm pretty excited about 2023. 2022 was had a lot of challenges for me, some disappointments, also some great things. And so, with great things, there's always a few disappointments, and that's okay because disappointments can be the ending of something, and then you're going into the new. So I'm looking at 2022 as I was doing a lot of clearing of energy for me, not necessarily bad or good. It was just for me to clear my energy so I could move on to new things. And so I went to Cancun in December of this year after being off work for pretty close to getting 6 months. I still had my spiritual business and my coaching business, so I was bringing in some money and able to support myself. And I also had to ask for help during that time frame and lived off of my savings, credit cards, and other things during that time frame. So, with that being said, what did I learn through that? Because everybody thinks that being spiritual is about all these great things. The law of attraction is about all these great things that you can manifest. However, you have to go through the hard times so that you can fully appreciate what level you're going into next, and also so you can let go of wherever you're at in order to move to that next level. So it's kind of like, you have to let go of your old job before you move into the new job, because nobody wants that guy that goes into the new job that says, well, the way we did it at my company, then go back to the old company. But also, you can't be holding on to the past in order to be able to step forward into the future. And so that's just one of those things where it's something to start thinking about. And so I'm looking at 2022 is the means of how I actually let go of a lot of things in order to step into that new level of way of thinking for myself. So now we're on January 2nd of 2023. We're in the new year. So what are some things that I processed when I was in Cancun? One of them is it's no big secret that I love to travel. I've been all over this country. I've been to 43 different states. I've been into Mexico several times and different areas where the Mayan ruins are at. I have a passion for ancient culture, always have, and I've always had. I was that kid that when I was in school, instead of me doing my math homework and my grammar homework, I was reading encyclopedias on the history, and I just had a fascination with Egypt and Greece and old European history, Asian culture, anything I could get my hands on. And it wasn't until later on in life that I got into the Mayan culture, and that was because of my mother. And that's because my mother had studied healing arts with a gentleman named Dennis Alexander and Fern Alexander, and they were my mother's healing mentors. And so they taught her shamanism. She apprenticed her in that realms of helping people on an energetic level, and the things that you would do as a shaman. They taught her healing arts from the Mayan culture, and they taught her Usi Reiki, and taught her quantum healing and quantum touch, and also taught her Chinese medical qigong. So some people Qigong, or whatever you want to, however you want to pronounce it, doesn't really matter. But they taught her a lot, and so I got interested as a result of my mother. And my mother and I always wanted to go on things that most people things where I was raised. I'm kind of a no, even though I get to sleep in. So it's a little, but what I'm getting at is I think all of us are going to be going into this new realm of thinking and starting to think about what it is that I truly want. And even if you're in a relationship or you have friends or whatever, they don't stop loving you if you go out and pursue your passion. And if they do, then they probably weren't somebody you needed to be around in the first place. So that's what I meant by we have to let go of things in order to move into the new, because people that are supposed to be in your life will be in your life. You can't lose anything that is not divine, that is divinely yours. If it's divinely yours, you cannot lose it. So with that being said, I have a passion for speaking, helping motivated people, and traveling. So I usually take about 4 to 5 trips, sometimes 6 to 7 trips a year. And and then this last year, I got the benefit of sharing the Mayan ruins with 2 of my good friends, and they weren't necessarily, they've always wanted to travel, but they didn't ever get the opportunity, and or it wasn't necessarily the time yet or whatever. But I'm going to show you guys a few pictures here. One is of us at Chichen Itza, and I'm not necessarily, don't have the pictures of them with me on this, but Chichen Itza is an incredible place. It's the Temple of Kukulkan, and it's just really powerful. And I know a lot of you have already been there before, but if you clap your hands at Chichen Itza, you'll hear an echo. And so when the priest of Kukulkan would walk up the steps up into the temple, you would hear the clacking of his heels on the steps going up. So it's just the sound of his ascension into the temple. And so that was really powerful. And so my friend Jesse went with me, and this was part of his dream. It was one of his bucket lists. And so, which was great for me because I love sharing my love of travel with people. And so it's meeting new cultures and having new experiences. I call them adventures. And so there's no reason why none of us can't do this. And so one of the things I'm going to be doing in 2023 is hopefully sharing more of this with other people. So one of the things I will be talking about is I'm going to be making an announcement and setting up the next Spirit Heart Cruise, and this will be for 2023. And so I'm really excited about that. I am still looking at trips to Machu Picchu and other areas as well in the near future in the next couple of years, because I'm going to be launching Spirit World Travel and getting out there and helping people have these experiences at these places, because I actually feel the energy in these places, which I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well. So we can just go out there and experience things and really, really have a lot of fun when we're out there. So I'm going to share with you another picture here. I got a couple of them here that I think that you all will like. And this one is me at Xochimilco. And this is one of the temples in Xochimilco, and this is in southern Mexico. At the cruise, you get off at Costa Maya. It's about an hour and a half bus ride there. This is one of my favorite places. The energy here was incredible. You could feel it from almost the moment you got there. You could feel the energy. And there's also not as many people that go to this particular site. And that's because Chichen Itza and Tulum are usually the busy areas that everybody goes to. And so there is a lot of things that, we don't necessarily get the opportunity to go to these places because, we think it's a little bit of a trek for us to get there. But I will let you know that cruises are one of the easiest ways to go on something. So if you set aside, it's usually about $50 to $100 as a deposit. And then if you plan it out a year in advance, then you can actually, make payments on it during that time frame. So like I mentioned, I'm going to be making the announcement for the next Spirit Heart Cruise in the next few months. And so pretty excited about that. Let's just show you a couple more pictures here because I think that this is so much fun. I love sharing these adventures, so to speak, that I have. This next one is in Coba, and this is my favorite one of the temples in Coba. And so Coba is very close to Cancun, which is where we were at. My friends actually took a tricycle that they actually rode you on a tricycle within the temple because it's about 2 kilometers from one temple to the next. I chose to walk. My legs didn't pay for it a couple days later, but what I will tell you is I could start feeling the energy come up through my toes, up my legs, up into my body, and it was just absolutely an incredible feeling. And then just to be here where all these ancient cultures and how they did things vastly different than the way we think. And so it's, and how did they build these temples? We're still, I know archaeologists have their explanation, and I'm not against that. I'm just saying it's incredible that these cultures built these massive civilizations, advanced civilizations, so long ago. And it just tells you that humanity has the way of doing something, and we have the way of building beautiful, amazing things. And we also have the capability as humanity to be very destructive as well. So, that's something I'm going to be talking about a lot over the next year as well. So then just maybe this is us at one more to share here that I'll throw up here. This is us at Tulum a couple weeks ago. And that's my friend Jesse and my friend Damien. And this is just incredible. Now, I will tell you, when you go to Tulum and Chichen Itza, for those of you who have not gone, make sure you drink a lot of water and put your sunblock on and wear a hat. And if you can bring an umbrella, bring it. Tulum, and remember, all of these ancient sites, a lot of them were built with the sun at the most intense areas. And the Temple of Kukulkan or Chichen Itza the sun is so intense there that even the best of people get sunstroke. So drink a lot of electrolytes and water and that kind of stuff, and prepare yourself to be there. And I will just tell you that before you guys go there, because it's super important that you obviously stay healthy and you don't want to end up being sick on your trip. So other things that are going to be happening in 2023. I put out a notice on Facebook, and I got an overwhelming response about building healers gatherings and retreats across the country. And so my friend Deborah and a group of people in around Knoxville, Tennessee, are already starting to work on that. I've got people I'm going to be talking to in Montana, California, potentially in New Mexico, in New York, to build retreats / healers gatherings in other parts of the country. What's the idea behind this? The idea is for us to start building community. There's no reason why we have to be separate pods all across the world. We can come together as a spiritual community. I can guarantee you, when we raise each other up, our businesses will blossom and we'll reach and help more people. And the rest of it, the finances and everything, just happen. And it took me a long time to realize this, and I've had it demonstrated to me over and over again. In 2012, this was such an amazing experience for me because I was on a book tour, and I remember people following Justin and I and saying, "Hey, what about us booking you here to speak, and we'll pay for your hotel?" I mean, I've had this demonstrated to me over and over and over and over again. So what I will tell you is that there's going to be tons of opportunity in 2023. And with that being said, we have to act on those opportunities, and it will start to unfold. And I'm watching that unfold in the Tennessee group. There are literally just tons of ideas. The community is starting to come together and coming up with ideas of where to have these retreats. So what does that mean for all of us? What does community mean for all of us? It means that even in the hard times, we have a community that we're working with to help us through those times. All of us need a tribe, so to speak, to turn to, and they help us with things that, hey, you don't have to be the expert in everything. I have a lot of experience in little different areas, but that doesn't make me the expert in any of them. And you don't want to be a solopreneur or a solo person out there. And so the idea that came to me with this is to start helping lift everybody up so that we can have these events and come together as a community and actually build on that as a community. So what would we be showing the world? We can show the world that human beings can come together with the good and the bad and build a community and actually build something together and lift each other up and support each other. And I think that's going to be super important. So what does that mean? Does that mean I'm the expert in all this? No, I'm going to be learning with this group, with this community, and helping build it together. And if there's something that I can contribute because I know something about it, then that's going to be incredible. And so I really think that where we're going in 2023, especially in the last 3 years, we've had a lot of things that have hit us. I don't care who you are or what you're doing. Somebody's experienced something in the last 3 years that's, really checked them and humbled them and made them sad and depressed. And that's okay, because you have all these different emotions. It's okay for you to be sad. It's okay for you to be depressed. It's okay for you to be ecstatically happy. It's okay for you to have all those things. And with that being said, it's good to have a support system there that helps you through it. And so how do we do that? We build that with community. And every event planner, I've spoken at a lot of events that I've known, They feel overwhelmed because they felt like a community wasn't supporting them. Every church pastor, a lot of the church pastors I work with, it's taken them a while to either build the community or they're complaining because the community didn't support the church. So no matter what it is, a team has to support itself in order to be successful. And so that's kind of the idea with the retreats and healers gatherings in 2023. I think it's very much time for us to do that. And so, and I've dragged my feet on it for long enough, so it's time for me to at least express myself that I feel like it should happen and continue. We are calling that Healers on Wheels. And, or at least I'm calling it. We can come up with a different name if we want to, but that's just preliminary what I gave it. So, and then the idea, like I mentioned, sharing travel. I plan on taking people to different excursions. I know a lot of people a lot around the world. I've been looking at castles and palaces that you can rent out for in Ireland and in Scotland and in France and Germany and Italy to have retreats there. So that's an eventual thing. I don't have any set plans with that, but that's just kind of my goal. And so what I'm looking to do is not for me to be the guru, for us to build this together and see where this goes and become this group of souls working together and seeing what we can do with that. And I think that if we can do that, it'll be amazing. And we get to create experiences that are life-changing for other people and whatever that looks like. So I'm going to start doing Zoom meetings here in the next couple weeks in the first part of the year. I welcome people to bring ideas, to bring ways to make this work and build it together. And so one of the other hang-ups is money. Everybody says, well, it's very difficult because I don't necessarily have the money to do that. This group in Tennessee is finding a place to do it. And it doesn't even look like it's going to cost that much. So this is one of those things that if a community comes together as opposed to one or two people, then whatever the cost is going to be substantially less because the community is building it together. So let's see what we can do in 2023. Let's see how we can impact this world. Let's see how we can really help each other out and support each other and build something very beautiful. So those are the things that have happened for me in 2022. Lots of clearing. Moving into 2023, I am raring to go. I am going to be very busy over the next month and a half finishing up this thesis for this master's program, but it doesn't mean I can't jump on a call and help and support people and see where I can do to be of service to everybody else. So much love, everybody. I hope everybody has an amazing, amazing 2023, full of blessings and abundance, and go in with a smile. Even if there's challenges, take it as something to learn with, grow from. Let's make this an exciting year for everybody. Much love, everybody. Peace.